Julia Jacklin, pre-pleasure, album review, let's chat about it. Hey friends, what's going on? John here from What's Spinning here tonight to chat about this latest album from Miss Julia Jacklin. This is her third album. She is a Sydney-based singer-songwriter. She's been at it for a few years now, and I caught wind of her around the time of her Don't Let the Kids Win album. A lot of people were really enjoying this album quite a bit, and yeah, I got the appeal. I mean, it wasn't anything wild or glitzy or really next level in modern folk, but there was something truly intoxicating about this album, really enjoyable, specifically her performances. Now, she really blew up with her second album, Crushing, a few years back. This was an album that at the end of the year found its way onto a lot of year-end lists. And it is a really good album still, but for me, it took me a lot longer to get into it. It was a lot more of a grower. For me, I enjoyed the much more straightforward tunes here, like Pressure to Party and You Were Right. Now, these new singles leading up to this album were a little bit more electric, which I thought was pretty interesting, but nonetheless just really enjoyable still, and a lot of this album is. Lydia Wears Across is just a really cool intro. I've enjoyed it since it dropped as a single. I love a lot of the imagery on this track and the struggles that this track has with modern religion. It really hits hard. It's a very tense track, especially with that piano. And Julia's vocals are pretty stunning. Overall, this is a really fantastic intro to this album. I really do love Try Not to Let Go as well. I've enjoyed it also since it dropped as a single. It's one of the more electric tracks here. Matter of fact, the contrast on this track is just so cool. I mean, the verses are very tender, very sweet piano-driven moments, much like what The Weather Station was doing on their last full-length album, but at the same time, this chorus is life-affirming and huge and throttling. It is so passionate, so graceful, and it is just full of sweeping instrumentals and just, whew, it's good. It's really beautiful, and if I'm being honest, if I was Neon, I think it's the best track here. I mean, sue me, I do still like some of her more direct and more electric tunes on this album. This is certainly no exception. It is a punchy, emotional alt-rock and indie rock tune with some really great vocal performances once again. I do have to commend her because even on the parts that I'm not as into on this album as a whole is really just very passionate and very well written. Any way you slice it, this track is really awesome. I mean, a lot of this album is just really great. Not only that, but Julia Jacklin is just one of the more captivating modern voices in singer-songwriter stuff. I do have to be perfectly honest, though, as far as a full album goes, I feel like she has yet to, wow me from start to finish. Take, for example, Ignore Tenderness. Come on, this track is just very ho-hum, very average. I mean, it lyrically still packs a punch, and the strings are really nice. But outside of that, I feel bad saying it, but I fail to see what makes this a Julia Jacklin track. This sounds like it could have been recorded by just about anybody. It's average. I have a lot of the same feelings on Too In Love to Die. This is so emotional and absolutely heartfelt. No issues there. Julia feels this track, but I just feel like this track doesn't progress very much. I just wish it went somewhere and had a unique sound. It just kind of sounds like wallpaper music to me, and that's sad. And I once again have a lot of the same feelings on Less of a Stranger. And I wish I didn't feel that way, because once again, lyrically, you can tell this just meant so much to her. It is so raw. But I'd be lying if I say that I can really tell this apart from any other singer-songwriter that's out there right now. Nothing about this pops for me. As heartfelt as it is, it just drags. But it's certainly not a bad album as far as a more low-key and stripped-down tune. Look no further than Moviegoer. I love this track. I love the heavy narrative here, just how visual this track is, and the sweet, sweet, sweet melodies. Julia just gives this track such a strong foundation, and because of that, I could really just sit back and enjoy it. But then I hear tracks like Magic, and even her performances aren't really cutting it for me anymore. She sounds like she's gonna fall asleep, and lyrically, once again, yeah, it's very emotional. It's a gut punch, but just something is not clicking. I do think Be Careful With Yourself, though, is really classy. This is a very old school throwback indie rock tune that packs a little punch. It's got a great riff. Julia sounds on top form, and we're getting the strong lyrical content that we've got on almost every other track here. For me, this is a great medium. This is the sound that I crave the most from her, and it's what I want to hear more of. Then End of the Friendship just kind of has me shrugging as a finale. It's a very casual finale. It's not bad, but it just doesn't play to her strengths, really. Is it terrible? No, I don't really think so, but it's painfully average. I know she could do so much better than this. This album's not bad at all. I certainly see the hype. There's a lot of really great material here. When she's on, she's really on, and one of the freshest faces and most captivating voices in modern singer-songwriters. I just wish that some of the later and deeper cuts on here just had a little bit more personality to them. I just want to be able to know a Julia Jacklin track from a mile away, and I still haven't felt that for an entire album. But still, give this a listen. You definitely might enjoy this more than me. I'm feeling a light 7 on this album, but let me know what you all think down below. If you like the video, be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, and let me know down below what you would like for me to chat about in the future. And until next time, friends, have a great day.